A mother gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl, born under the same star, but destiny had already written a cruel twist that would tear their lives apart. In the quiet of the hospital night, a heartless man stole the baby girl away. Her cries faded into the darkness, and so did her mother's hope. Abandoned like nothing, left by the roadside, an old garbage collector found her shivering. His eyes welled with tears, as if heaven placed her in his arms. He had nothing, no wealth, no family, but he wrapped her in love, raising her as his own, a priceless treasure in his broken world. Meanwhile, her twin brother thrived in riches, silk clothes, fine shoes, endless praise. His world was painted in gold, while hers was painted in dust. Years passed, their worlds divided by poverty and privilege. One grew into the shadow of hardship, the other under the glow of wealth. Fate brought them together again in school. She entered with trembling steps, while whispers and cruel laughter echoed all around her. He tormented her without mercy, books shoved, insults thrown, her every move mocked, unaware she was his own blood. She endured silently, each night. She studied be a weak lantern, turning her pain into strength, while he lived in arrogance, drowning in luxury and praise. She swept floors and studied under candlelight, clinging to a fragile dream. Her classmates laughed at her daily, her torn shoes, her faded dress. They made her the joke of the class. Yet she walked all, refusing to bend. At night, she bent over her books, a tiny candle fighting the darkness. Her tired eyes begged for rest, but her hunger for knowledge kept her awake. Her only comfort was her adoptive father. Though sick and weak, he held her hand with trembling strength, reminding her she was never alone. He dreamed she would rise someday, even as she slept across torn books. He whispered prayers into the night, faith stronger than poverty. But fate struck again. Her father's illness grew worse, and to save him, she worked as a maid in the very house of the boy who tormented her. In their grand home, she scrubbed floors and washed dishes, swallowing insults and harsh words, each day heavier than the last. The rich boy mocked her even more. To him, she was only a poor maid, someone beneath his notice, yet a target for his cruelty. Her heart broke each time, but her father's sick face haunted her. Every coin she earned was for the man who had saved her life. Then came the cruelest day of all, accused of theft she never committed. She stood trembling as they hurled blame, her voice drowned by lies. The boy's mother stormed in, furious. Her hand struck the girl's cheek, tearing her clothes in rage, and in that moment, a hidden truth was revealed. A scar, a mark only her twin shared. Gasps filled the room as silence fell. The poor maid they despised was their lost daughter. Shock froze the rich boy's smile. His fists loosened, his pride shattered. The truth he never saw was standing right before him. The house that once mocked her now stood in guilt and shame. Whispers turned into tears, and regret filled every corner. They begged her forgiveness, but she stood in silence, her heart torn between pain and blood, between the life that raised her and the family that rejected her. They decided to care for her ailing father, the poor man who had carried her burden. For the first time, the rich family bent their knees in humility.
Please.
Her adoptive father wept in joy. With trembling lips, he begged her, "Child, forgive them. Don't let pain rule your heart."
Please.
Tears streamed down her face. Her wounds were deep, her scars unforgotten, but her father's words pierced her soul. One by one, they apologized. The brother who once mocked her bowed his head in shame, his voice cracking with regret. The mother who once struck her now clutched her hands, her cries echoing louder than any slap of the past. And there she stood, the girl once abandoned, mocked, rejected, with a broken yet healing heart. She whispered the words they longed to hear, "I forgive you." The weight of hatred melted away. Her tears turned into strength, her scars into courage, a soul set free. Her two worlds, the one of suffering and the one of wealth, finally met in peace, united by forgiveness. She was no longer the lost twin. She was the girl who rose from ashes, who turned pain into power and chains into wings. In her story lived a lesson that love can bloom from despair, that forgiveness heals the deepest wounds, and that no destiny is too broken to be mended. And so her journey continued, not as the poor maid, not as the forgotten twin, but as a daughter, a sister, and above all a survivor. Love this story? Please like, comment, share, subscribe so you won't miss the next one.